life is coming back. What's up, guys? Quarantine and isolation is getting fucking over, man. Oh, sorry. Shh. Don't swear on the national TV like this. I mean, don't swear in open TV like this, all right? All right, guys, how you enjoying this moment? Check out my glass. I just bought this glass today. I be like, I wanna see, and I'm gonna tell me now. When I like them, if you like and tell me, I feel the Asian can't give you. If you do Nigeria, or if you do, if you do. Anyway, it's not. I'm just joking. But check out the glasses, man. Check out my view. Life is returning and I'm very excited to be outdoor today. I'm very free. I took a round, toured the city a little bit today. And life is wonderful, man. I miss going out. The next thing I'll be praying for now is my football team. I want my football to come back so that we can start playing again. I miss running. I don't fart. If you see my belly now, no worry, I'm not official owner now. All right, talk and leave. No time to tell that. God bless you. Be safe. Jesus love you. Good day, viewers. Thank you for tuning in to this program with me today. Thank you for tuning in to Alaska Spice show on Alaska Spice TV with your host, Harry Spice, virtually live from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So, finally, the life is coming back slowly. You can see, look at where I am. Last time I was here, not much people were here, not much tennis players were here, but right now you can see a lot of people. There's so many people inside there, okay? I'm reaching you live from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And we all been in quarantine and isolation or whatsoever and a different kind since third week of February. And this is March 19 or 20. I have no idea what today is, but I'm sure about it. It's in between. It's March 20. April 20. Sorry. I'm just excited. You don't understand, because I don't tire to stay indoor. I've been indoor for so long that last night I was so bored to sleep. I didn't sleep. I slept just around after 7 this morning, and I just woke up, took a shower. I wanted to see how the city was, so I went around the city. I saw people. I went to the bank, and I went I bought these glasses today, and I just wanted to see if life has come back to normal. So right here in Cambodia, I think that life has returned back to normal, like over 70%. Okay, and which is it's a very good thing, and I give kudos to the government on how they handle this pandemic in Cambodia, because they made it very, very possible and easy for us here in Cambodia. How were they able to do it? They made, unlike in Africa, here when the government gives directives, something that is important to people, they actually follow it. They don't try to be too arrogant or try to protest unjustly or something like that. So since third week of February, we've been indoor, right? Schools were closed, government offices were closed. In fact, there was no movement. There was an announcement that as from 8 p.m. you don't go out. So people were allowed to go to the supermarket or market or just to get your most daily need, like you just go random to places like that. So it has been like that with us since February, like I said earlier. And now we are coming out of this isolation and quarantine slowly. Though there are still people who wear masks, there are still people who are still afraid not to come out. There are still people who are not convinced enough. There's a lot that is going on. But I'm very happy that Cambodia has brought a lot of hope for us. I can see I'm not wearing masks. I'm safe. I went around the city. Everything was great. I went to the most busy part of the city. Everything is almost back to normal, and I give thumbs up to Cambodia government for doing a marvelous job. The cases in Cambodia they are not even up to 100, and there's just number of 1 or 2 deaths recorded according to last time I checked on the the COVID-19 website. So in the world over, I think that there is still level of hope coming to Italy right now, and they are coming. I think also last week there was reopening for some establishment, companies and a few other things were open in Spain. And I think Sevilla was one of the first football team in Europe, in Spain to be precise, who already started training because the situation has gone down. They've handled it very well. Not much has been reported about Italy. Not much has been said about what do you call it, England. England, they actually extended their stay at home for 1 more week. And the good thing is that Johnson Boris, so the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, has reportedly recovered from his COVID-19, and he's later tested positive, I guess. And also in the United States, I listened to the COVID-19 press conference of Donald Trump, and he assured Americans that they recommended hydrochloroquine is still very active, that it's okay for people to buy it and use that to treat themselves in case they are tested positive for the COVID-19. And about 4 states or 5 states are allowed to reopen, including Virginia and some other states that I can't really remember. I don't want to give false information, so I'm quite careful right now, but maybe in my next video I can be able to give you guys more updates. China claimed to be out of the pandemic, that there is no more new cases, but while watching China News Asia, I also saw in the news that about 30-something people were recorded dead out of the COVID-19. Not a new case rather, but that people are still dying out of the pandemic. And the world is yet to actually believe what China's claim, that there are no more, or there is no more of the virus whatsoever in China. But there are still people who are in a critical condition in various hospitals across the country, probably maybe new cases or not. Then in case of Nigeria, I think few numbers are recorded to be demented, dead, so to say. I'm just trying to, I'm very sorry to say this right now for my listeners out there. Like, whatever that comes from Nigeria, if you don't do proper investigation and information sources like social data sourcing, you might never be an accurate news broadcaster or a data analysis provider, because the information the NCDC provide for the public contradict what is the reality. And in most cases, I'm sure some of you might have come across things like that. So it's okay, but I want to categorically say right here that the Nigerians should not have much to fear about this, apart from this hunger. All right, I know that there's a lot of people who are complaining about not having food, which is why they are not actually obeying the stay at home. And I am very sure as a result of this not staying at home, federal government decided to come up with this Abba carries debt, so that Nigerians can be frightened to stay at home, because they know that Nigerians are protesting on the streets. I remember I saw some protests in Sapele, in Delta State. I saw a lot of them in Lagos State. There has been so many. No, Lagos used to be such a peaceful state in Nigeria. I used to admire Lagos, but what is happening recently out of Lagos State is sort of a surprise to somebody like me, because I've always seen Lagos State as a well-secure place and calm and well-organized, at least to some level of degree or rating. Lagos is more working in Nigeria, just like Abuja, than any other state. But I'm very more like disappointed with what has happened or still happening in Lagos State, with all the protests, armed robbing, Agege, local government, Ojoju, all these Bodega and all these Ikorodu and all this kind of place, and a little of it in modern Lekki. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I can understand. We're Nigerians. The path of lawlessness is in our blood, and it's only God who is healing us to become normal again in that aspect. So that being said, COVID-19 is slowly giving up. It's slowly going away. All right, it's slowly fading out of the system, but that does not mean that it does not exist. Okay, it does not mean that it does not exist. We have to still take precaution. Right, to date, I still wash my hands. If I'm out of here now, I came out here to do some recording. I'm actually in my neighborhood. I'm not that far away from the house. After this moment, I'm going to take a shower. All of these things I'm wearing, I'll put them in the machine. I'll wash them. But what is more important here, there is a lot of hope for everybody across the world. Please ease the panic. Ease it. There is a lot of hope. There are a lot of chances. People are surviving it. People are surviving this thing within 2 weeks or 3 weeks of treatment, and they are coming. Just yesterday, Davido, one of the top Afro-pop singer in Nigeria, who announced some weeks ago that his newly married or wedded wife, Chef Shoma, was tested positive on her way back from UK into Nigeria, and she's been in isolation. Tweeted just yesterday that 2 times the wife went back for being, Shoma has been in isolation for since Davido and his family returned back to Nigeria, and since that time she's been under treatment. And he tweeted yesterday that Shoma has come back from supposed COVID-19 positive into negative after 2 tests, which is hopeful, which is good. And the idea I want to debunk right here is some people saying that COVID-19 is for only wealthy people. That's a pure lie from the pit of hell. Remember, in the beginning they said that Africans are exempted from this COVID-19 because COVID-19, Corona cannot survive under a hot sun and all that. Let me tell you, this is Cambodia. Cambodia is almost the same weather as Nigeria. And it's evidence that COVID-19 touched this country. So we should not just believe anything we hear or not. I think they said that so that people will not, our leaders, who I believe that they didn't care anyway, but so they said that so that the members of the public could not panic and not take proper culture or precautionary measures to make sure that they prevented the thing from entry. And before we actually knew it, it has actually penetrated into our country and it is spreading all over Africa. I think Cameroon has recorded quite a number of them. South Africa, man, that country, they need Jesus. I actually think that South Africans need God because they never believed that COVID-19 was real. I was surprised to see all the teenagers, they went on the street. They were even in a pool of over 100 to 500 people making a song, Corona, Corona. You know, it was fun to watch. But the danger of it was what really scared me when I was watching it. I'd be like, God, please have mercy upon our continent and our young ones who are actually not taking measures over this pandemic. So far so good. I think that it's quite all right that the normalcy is returning and the world is almost coming back to normal again. But I have to also say here that people have to be very careful. Please do not just accept any kind of medicine. This is not just about vaccine. This is not just vaccine or anything. Do not just accept any medicine. If you are you cannot read, it is advisable you get help for somebody who can read to translate what you read. In case you are in a country like Cambodia or China where they write everything in their language, it is more proper to go to a recognized pharmacy or hospital where people can at least speak English, or everything you buy there, they will translate it for you. So I think that the number of people who contracted it is really high, but those who die is little compared to those who recover. So I know that this heat is getting higher in Africa right now due to the fact that people didn't respect the order of the stay at home. But I want to appeal to everybody right here that please, 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 please stay at home. I understand the hunger, and on my own part, I have done some few things personally to some people. If my own capacity, okay, I'm not yet that big, all right. I'm still growing, okay. So I've done few things for people, and I'm still going to do. And my wife is also supporting me in that area too. But for those of you who need help, I think that you should come. I think yesterday I saw that Delta State government started distributing food items to Deltas, and it was highly confirmed, and it was evidential that people received some food item in Sapele, in Agbo, in Asaba, and there has been some areas also in Lagos State. But the part that I don't like is the part where people are rushing food. They say that this virus is mutating, which means that it transfers even from the air. If somebody sneezes, if somebody coughs, if somebody who is infected just did something like this, it's dangerous. So what is more dangerous is the fact that people forget how dangerous this sickness or this virus is and pull themselves together in one place trying to get food. What is more important? Be safe at home and a little bit hungry, or go and get the food and get more infected and die after. We need to use our brain, Nigerians. We used to use our brain, Africans. I think there's still some, in case of Uganda is doing well. I want to give a big shout out to the president and the people of Rwanda. They are really, really wonderful people. I think I should visit that country soon. Definitely, when next I'm in Africa, I want to go back. And I had just a glass of Rwanda when I was traveling in Africa about 2 years ago. But next time I'm visiting Africa, I think I want to go and spend at least 2 to 3 weeks in Rwanda and get to see what life really is and how, because from what I have seen so far in the post and all those stuff, Rwanda is handling this situation very, very well, and I think they are the best country in Africa right now who have absolute 100% record of this COVID-19. They are handling it very well, and not so many, even less than 100 or 50 of them has been recorded in Rwanda. The government made provisions. There were sanitizers, there were tissues, there were a lot of things on the street. It's something I saw on the post, and I'm very, very much amazed. The almighty Nigerians who claim to be giant of Africa, deceiving people and lying and all that, were unable to provide such things. So yeah, it's Nigeria. You know what they say when it comes to Nigeria. But all hope is not lost. Let us stay in our house, Africans. Let us stay in our house. Let's observe the stay-at-home directive that has been given to us by the government, because if you know who they are alive now, they think of hunger. Who don't die, who don't lose. So let's respect the stay-at-home. Look at these guys. Everybody here have been indoor. It's just now that the government has made it that it's okay. People can come out, you can do whatever you want, you can go about your day, but at so hours of the night, you came back, you should get back in your house. Look at these guys, they are here enjoying themselves, and this is how normal people be. Let's respect the rule. All this fighting and rob, all these are our guys where they rob. God made it that I'm not an armed robber, but if I were to be an armed robber, I'm telling you to be very, very honest. I will make sure that I uptight my game. And people I will be robbing, all these politicians with big houses and all that. Just give their security small money. I'm just giving you guys tip, and I'm not afraid to say this. Don't give the security small money, or I just find way they drop the security. When I enter the house, pack all their money, but I no kilo. I'm not selling on a kilo, but this is just my own advice that I'm giving you guys, because all these guys, they don't care about us. So, but going to rob market women who sells to make money to feed their children and all those kind of a thing, it really breaks my heart that even armed robber is like, when I don't join the politicians to start to hurt our citizens, when I don't get conscience again, I don't lose all our conscience. At least Some armed robbers, they see the day nice. If they go there, they preach, they give some people. I don't hear about that before. They will just get, have you given your life to Christ? I don't hear one kind of life story where they tell us, say, for Nisha Road in those days, armed robbers went to rob people. As the armed robbers say, those of you where they pay tithe, una stay for right hand side. Those of you where not they pay tithe, una stay for left side. So they rob the people where they left side because they not they pay tithe. So I don't understand if all the armed robbers now they don't be born against. Make una see they try to serve God even on our duty, because all work now work now they do and now choose that kind of work. So until they arrest una, mona see they nice to citizens. Mona not just they add sort upon injury for our citizens where we say hunger they kill. How na go they arrest or they go they I wanna rob somebody where you know say now only 500 naira now they get in 3 weeks. That kind of thing and wickedness, or maybe just live and say na witchcraft. So my people, all hope is not lost. Make we calm down, make we just relax. Nigeria is a very great country, and I believe that God is helping us. We have been praying for Nigeria, and we still praying for Nigeria. And there is a lot of hope, and a lot of good things are going to come out of Nigeria. Right now, I know there is a big trouble in our powerhouse, Aso Rock. I know for sure, because we have not seen a lot of our leaders coming out to speak or to address people, because they too that they fear. Now they know say something will get power past the day. You see, they don't, all of them they don't hide. You see that this is why I say it's good to the humble person. It's good make we humble ourselves. This life, nobody get muscle pass. So nobody get muscle pass. Small koro, you see. Ada social media never talks since this thing happen. He don't hide. I should say you go want try to go back to your wife country, but they go deny a visa because they know say that Nigeria you must carry something come. So all hope is not lost. Man, let us calm down. I don't pray for our leaders to die, but I pray for them to change. I pray for them to learn something from this thing, because they don't suffer us well. To be very, very honest, they don't suffer us well. And it's just because of God. And in the Bible encourages us to pray for our leaders, which is why sometimes when I'm praying, I pray for Buhari, even though I don't like him. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't like Buhari. Somebody who have ruled Nigeria before, and his history in the past was terrible, and he came back again. I don't know which kind of thing. Deceiving people say, you know, when he won't die. At the end of the day now, Buhari never great died to today. So he has achieved his dream of ruling Nigeria for the second time. So I think that if I were to be Buhari and Osinbajo, for Nigerians to appreciate us for the rest of their life, and history will remember them, posterity will remember them. I think there's just two things they need to fix for Nigeria. They should leave all this corruption. We know all of them are corrupt. Maybe they just leave all this corruption fight where they fight. Maybe they just leave all those things. Well, I like to they read. If I talk at somebody will talk say, no, this is not insult. If Buhari and Osinbajo na smart people, since in the complaint saying na Abakari na the day away na them they deceive, they see another person wey be say, you remember Aisha Buhari come talk say na two people they rule Nigeria before her husband. Now God don't remove one for us now. Hallelujah! Somebody come on, shout hallelujah! All right. Now the second person, I'm very sure, since the number one and the number, I mean, they say the snake will bite number one, now he go use take touch number two. I'm very sure that one too is battling his own health. If you know call for God for repentance, now you to go follow number one. You understand? And so it go just be the number will just go like that until they will just come out on the national TV called they confess, they beg us for mercy. Now that time we call they tell them no problem. So for me, I think that if Buhari and Osinbajo really want to remain in good history of Nigeria and Africa as a country, I think they should just have two agendas. All these fight and trouble and all these things is not necessary. I tell you the truth, if there is stable electricity in Nigeria and there is security, all security problems settled in Nigeria, at least 80%, Nigeria will pick up. No country in the whole of Africa. In fact, Nigeria will be competing with all these G20 countries. Those are powerful countries now because we have the resources, we have the human capital, almost 200 million. I don't know who carried the statistics though, because since 1991 census, there has never been any census in Nigeria. We don't have data sourcing. How can we even come up? Who is just staying on the air, just count our head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and say we are 200 million people? I don't believe that number. And there are so many people in Nigeria that are non-Nigerians from the neighboring country, Cameroon, Gabon, and all that. I was in TB Joshua Church when I was in Nigeria in 2018. I saw so many people and I thought they were Nigerians. By the time I started, because people know me, when I'm in the midst of people, I speak to them. By the time I started speaking to them, I discovered that there were people from Senegal, Cameroon, Gabon. I was so amazed. I didn't even know that there are people like that living in our country. So I also feel like the third agenda should be censored. There should be censored, and that is secondary. It's not primary. Primary should be electricity, stable electricity, and second one is insecurity tackled. Then this third one, like I said, it just says national census, real one, not the one. Because even in 1991, I remember in 1991, the census they came to do in our house, they just asked us, the people just come with notebook. How many of them are there? They count us 2 times. 2 different people count us 2 times. They will just add those numbers together. So that is the census of Nigeria. So since 1991, there has never been census. Then number 4 should be 1960 constitutional amendment. What do I mean by that? In 1960 Constitution, it gave room to people to operate in their own zone. You North operate your side, you South operate your side, you East and West operate your side. Then at the end of the day, you come to the federal government level. That is the true federal system of government. You come and remit, pay your taxes, and you go back. If there is anything where the government needs to come and give you a support, the government will give, federal government will give support as normal. And the state derivation and all that, you don't need to forget federal government to take out of it. Let the state, every state develop their place according to what they generate. The IRS, that is internal revenue generation whatsoever, should be in that state, because I don't see why a state like, one of the richest states, like what I found out recently, one of the richest states in Nigeria is not even Lagos State. Lagos State is not the richest state. The richest state in Nigeria is Delta State, Akwa Ibom, Port Harcourt, that is River State, and Calabar before Lagos and thereabout. But the highest revenue generating state in Nigeria at the moment is Lagos State, because Tinubu have succeeded in diverting all the seaport, foreign shipping, everything to Lagos, and that is how they are making their money, which is not fair. All this monopoly that people are enjoying in Nigeria, they should break it down. All right, so without saying too much, the message for us today, my viewers out there who I care so much about, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I want you to know that there's a lot of hope for us all, because if other countries, like smaller countries like Cambodia, can survive it, we Nigerians can survive it. If China claims to surviving it, we can also survive it. So ease the tension. I'm sure that the government is trying to work out 1 or 2 things for us, even if it's not going to be much. Other individuals and corporate organizations across the country are doing a lot to give, and some little things are still going to come out from me and my friends. I'm speaking to some of my friends to give me some help so that we can make some donations to you people via Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Please, when I'm going to do my thing, I will let you guys know, but I'm not promising yet. I'm not 100% sure yet, but if it does work out, I will come out in the public to do it. But if it doesn't work out, I will do the little underground I can do. I never blow, you don't understand. If now they subscribe to my channel, if now they post, now they share my post on Facebook and Instagram, now they comment, now they follow me, maybe I go blog. If someone like me, if I get 10 million now, I know I go share 9.5, give everybody, because not that I don't value money, but I don't see money as my means of survival. God is my only means of survival. And this is what I want every single African, American, or people in the world to know right now, that no matter what is happening, the epidemic that is going on, it does not determine our hope or our life or our means of surviving life. No. God is the only hope. God is the only way of surviving. And I will encourage anyone watching this video right now, please let your hope be on God. Don't put your hope on government. Don't put your hope on your husband or your wife or on your job. The job is just a means of surviving, but God is the ultimate survivor of our soul. So let us base all we are and all we will be, all that we are, all we have in God, and our life will secure. My name is Harry, and it's been very, very lovely being here with you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, feel free to share, comment, recommend my channel to other people, and I'll be so great to see your comment. And let's interact, okay? I love to interact. I'm not the kind of guy who feel big I want to interact with you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you feel about this video, what you feel about my channel, how I can improve, what you think I can improve on. Maybe you don't like the sound of my voice. Maybe I should be talking, hello, how are you? No, just give me something that will make me share up, all right? I love you guys, and thank you so much. Like they say in Cambodia, Okon Chiran, Okon Big B, thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God heal your home. God heal your heart. God heal your injury. Whatever sicknesses and diseases you are going through, trust in God and you will be healed. And so shall it be. God heal Africa. God heal Nigeria. I love you guys from my heart, and I will continually pray for you. Talk and leave. No time to tell time. Cheers, guys.